Hey, welcome, welcome. Let's talk about prepping. So really what we're going to talk about in this video is ritual, your sacred space, and your preparation, your meditation, your grounding, your intention, your prayer, however you want to put it together. It is important, especially in the beginning when you're really first getting into readings and doing psychic intuition and mediumship, to give yourself some prep time, okay? So let's talk about that. I want to take a minute to talk about ritual. Okay, so ritual is, as humans, we're here having a physical experience. Touchy. We like to something to sink our teeth into. What we're dealing with here with our psychic intuition and our channeling and our mediumship is non-physical. So it's hard for us to hang on to it. And so what we want to do is create some structure around it, something physical around it, a container, if you will, to hold our faith in. And what we use to do that is ritual. So, for example, you can have an altar or a routine or, something that you meditate with. Anything. Ritual can really be anything. There's no hard and fast rules. You got to do what's comfortable for you. In this video, I'll walk you through my ritual, and then what you can do is take what works for you, discard the rest, and create your own. Work with it. Let it evolve. So an important part of your ritual is going to be your sacred space. Now, I'm in my office right now, my home office. I have a whole room dedicated to my sacred space. This is a treat. Did not always have this. In fact, for quite a while, I live in a house with a lot of kids, a lot of big family, okay? So I would get up in the mornings, and it was just, I shared my bedroom with my guy. The rest of the house is overrun, so we got a lot of people in here. That's fine. But what I would do is I would get up early, and there's a chair in the living room that was mine. That was my sacred space until we were able to sort some things out and I was able to move into the office downstairs when that room was no longer being used. But for the time being, my chair was my sacred space. So find a corner, find a windowsill, something where you can energetically carve out some space to give yourself some psychic space in order to get into the mindset, the frame of mind that you need to get into to do a reading, to adequately connect in for other people. So sacred space as part of the ritual as well. And then really preparing yourself and cleansing yourself. Now, one thing I want to talk about is protection. Okay, so protection is a part of your ritual, but you need to know that, there's a lot of fear out there, especially when people are first coming into this work. There's a lot of fear about dark entities and energies and what if something attaches to me, But the thing you need to understand is your vibration dictates what comes into contact with you. You won't even be able to connect with a spirit that is not a vibrational match or alignment with your vibration. It's just not going to happen. I mean, the same thing happens in our physical world. When you're going out there and connecting with people and you meet somebody and you immediately go, ugh, it's just, that's an energetic mismatch. Your mind then goes into a judgment about it to justify the energetic mismatch because we don't live in a world that is really okay with just being, nope, not my person. We feel like we have to justify. But that's a whole different thing. It's actually a whole different video that I'll have to do one of these days, talk about our judgment and our energetic mismatches. But your energy dictates what can come into contact with you and what can sort of hang on to you. And most people who are just living normal lives are not in any danger of having something negative attaching to them. They're just not. So you don't have to worry about it. That being said, if you feel fearful about it and you feel unable to let go of that fear, that does contract your vibration and it does make you more susceptible to maybe some things you're not that into. You're still not going to get something really evil attached to you unless you're really doing something in a really bad space. And I'm talking drug addiction, chronic, severe illness, on your death. These are the things that can really bring our vibration down to the point where that kind of thing could hook in and hook onto you. But we want to keep it light and bright and wonderful. So if there is something that causes you fear or you have a belief set that is causing you fear, it's perfectly okay to add protection to your ritual. You can close your eyes. A really effective protection is creating a bubble around yourself. Just create that energetic sphere. You can do it with me right now. Notice the color. Mine looks opalescent, like a big bubble. Like a soap bubble. That's how mine's showing up. You can do it that way. There's a really great technique that I actually learned from a man named Dr. Creamy from the Hikari Ruza Center in Northern California. He has a technique where he says if you feel any fear, if something shows up and you feel unsure about it, actually he advocates doing this no matter what, every time. But he says to raise your right hand and project your energy onto whatever you're encountering, even if it's an animal or a being or what have you. And your energy will hit that being or that energy, and one of two things will happen. Either the energy will sort of poof, evaporate and disappear because it is not an energetic match for you, or it'll bask in your energy and feel yummy because it is an energetic match for you. So these are some ways that you can, work on protection. But I do want to reiterate, I would work on that belief set because you are really not in danger of having anything attached to you unless you're in a really dark place and living a dark life and one that's really out of integrity. Then, yes, you can get some stuff coming in, but you really have to work at it to be that dark. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you have fears, do the bubble, do the challenge, okay? So meditation is an important piece of our ritual. Some caught in here. There we go. Meditation is an important piece of the ritual. So what is meditation? Gosh, meditation is so challenging because there's so much judgment around it. I mean, every time somebody talks to you about meditation, it's like, oh my God, am I doing it right? Which way do I do it? How long do I do it for? And every school of thought has like a different version of like, you do it like this, you need to do it for this long in order to achieve this result. Look, I call BS on the whole thing. Meditation is simply finding the eye of the storm in your mind. It's not about stopping your mind. It's not about finding eternal peace. It's not. It's about finding the eye of the storm and sitting in that place even for just a moment. I meditate like 10 minutes at a time. After that, my brain, I got things to do. And I do find with it. Some people like to meditate for much longer. They have a mind that is conducive to that. Some people will meditate for like 30 seconds, but boom, 30 seconds is enough. It's really not about how long you meditate for. It's about getting yourself into that zone. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Set a timer for 2 minutes and just focus on your breathing. That right there will get you into an amazing space. I will do more videos on meditation and teach you different meditation techniques, but it's really that simple. And if you want to, you can go on Google and find a guided meditation, whatever it is you want to do, but just give yourself the psychic space, that moment of just going into the eye of the storm. So important. Okay. Grounding. Grounding. I am really big on grounding, and I'm actually going to go over my grounding meditation with you in this video, and there's also another video on my channel that you can connect with that is a guided grounding meditation, and it's set to some amazing, some heart frequency music by Ian Morris from Listening to Smile. Powerful stuff. So I recommend you go find that video and follow that guided meditation, because that's a really nice way to do it. Or excuse me, the guided grounding meditation. So grounding, why do we ground? So, have you ever encountered somebody who's so out there and like you can't track what they're saying? They don't make a lot of sense, but they're like really in this awesome space, and you're like, okay, great, I know you can see you're having fun. You don't make any sense to me. So grounding is matching yourself with the earth energies, nailing yourself to the earth. Because the thing is, when you ground, you can go that much further out. And the most important part, especially if you're doing readings for other people, you've got to be able to make what you pull through relatable. You've got to be able to ground it and anchor it in our physical reality, because people need to hear what Spirit has to say in practical terms. Okay? This woo is just not helpful for people. So getting yourself grounded is so important, and it's such an important part of the ritual process. Now, again, some people are more grounded than other people. I'm the kind of person who, like, given half a chance, bing, I'm out of my body. So I ground a lot, and I insist on it being a part of my ritual process. I don't care how many readings I've done. I don't care how open I am or how on it I am. I am going to ground myself. In fact, I usually start every reading grounding with the other person, mostly to give myself the opportunity to make sure I'm grounded as well, but also to help them anchor in and anchor in their energy with the earth as well. It's very helpful. So let's take a minute. Let's go through this grounding meditation, okay? So the way I start is I take 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And now I pull all of my life force energy into my root chakra. That's the point between the legs in your groin area. And maybe it'll feel warm or tingly, or you'll just be aware that it's happening. And I'm going to take a deep breath in and pull the energy from my root into my heart. And then exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. And breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra and exhale into your root chakra. How does that feel? Pretty fantastic. So what did we cover? Sacred space, putting together a ritual, meditation, grounding, and then one more piece I want to cover for you is prayer and intention. So prayer and intention are really the same thing, slightly different form. Some people have a very difficult time with even the word prayer or God or anything that throws back to the Christian religion. Some people have had a very difficult upbringing in their Christian religion, and other people have not. They had a very positive experience with it. Now, I didn't have a Christian upbringing, so I have no baggage about that. And I love prayer. I love the word prayer. I love to speak to God consciousness through my prayer. But you can also use the word intention just as easily to set your intention. So let's talk about intention, the form of intention. Setting your intention is to speak aloud, your intention for the reading. And it could be as simple as I ask for the most benevolent outcome for this reading for myself and for my sitter. Or, have fun with it, play with it. Feel what your intention is and what you want to happen. I would stay away from specifics and focus more on the feeling and let divine spirit, let the universe provide the form that will give you and your sitter the feeling that you're after. That's the intention, okay? Now prayer, I have a long form prayer that I use that I just love. And man, I tell you, every time I use it, it's like the whole world's part for me. And I can really feel divine spirit making its way into my being. And I'd like to walk you through that right now. So if you want to just put your hands together or, whatever you want and close your eyes and follow along with me, I'll just recite this for you. And again, feel free to take this prayer and use it as your own. Chop it up, add your own, make your whatever you want to do. It's all yours. It's all yours, okay? So, deep breath. God within me, source around me, please help me move my human experience aside. Help me receive divine healing energy into my being and integrate it into my body so that I may heal by any means necessary. Help me transmit that divine healing energy to all who I connect with so that they may heal by any means necessary. Help me hear God's message clearly and trust it completely and deliver it in a way that is understandable and all who I connect with can use it to transform their lives. Holy Spirit, fill my body. Use me as your vehicle. Use my heart for your love and my voice for your word. Help me fall in love with myself today and help me fall in love with everyone who I come into contact with. I welcome divine spirit in any form it wishes to present itself to me. I welcome all divine beings, loved ones, and ancestors here in support of us today. Please make your presence known to us and deliver your message in a way that is understandable and we can use it to transform our lives. I ask to remain in sweet non-attachment, in total faith in the process, and I ask for the most benevolent outcome in all of my endeavors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I love that one. That was kind of downloaded from spirit, just like the grounding meditation was. Pretty fantastic and amazing. So there you go, prepping for your reading. All right. And then I'll just cover on here real quick while we're talking, you and me. Let's talk about disconnecting from a reading. So there's before, okay, reading. After, what you want to do is you want to just clear those energies out. So you may need more or less clearing time depending on how the reading was and what the energy was like. But you can do a dry shower. Stole this from a Reiki class that I did. I thought it was great. Okay. And then you're going to want to pull cords. So you've probably heard of the term cord cutting, where you like imagine Archangel Michael's sword and you cut those cords. Well, for me, I always felt like, but I'm leaving something in there. I'm leaving something in there. So what you want to do is just pay attention to your body. Where do you feel those cords? Where do you feel that energetic hit? And I want you to take that and grab hold of it. I know it's hokey, but go ahead. Physically grab hold of the energy, yank it out by its root. And you just do this all along. Get those cords out of there. Get those cords out of there. And then I would go ahead and ground myself and breathe until you kind of feel back to normal, back in your body. Now, the first, when you first start doing readings, you may need more time for prep and more time for clearing afterwards. As you get more comfortable with the energy of spirit, you will need less, and your prep and your clearing will be natural, and you won't have to put as much thought to it. In the meantime, let me know how it goes. Can't wait to hear from you, and I love you madly. Mwah.